Hello, everyone that's just arrived. We're just going to wait just one more minute or so just to see if we have any remaining folks that are joining. And again, this meeting is going to be recorded. Okay, thank you, everyone. I think we can go ahead and get started. So for anyone who's never met me, my name is Paul. I'm one of the IT folks here with IDSD, and I'll be taking us through today. What we would like to do is we'd like to just show you what we've been working on recently, which is going to be our IDSD Support Services Application. Um, you've previously been making requests for experts and investigators and stuff like that, requests to our Defender Support Unit through Legal Server, but we actually are going to be decommissioning Legal Server permanently for IDSD very shortly. So we're moving to a new system, and we're hoping that should be pretty familiar to you here. Um, So the first thing that we should note is that this is going to be on the same Oracle platform that you're used to for billing purposes. So in that sense, it should be a little easier to kind of navigate between this and the billing platform as opposed to with Legal Server. So the first thing really to note is that this is actually going to be a different web address. This is a different website. However, because it is Oracle, you will be using the same login, same username and password as the billing application. And the other thing that we'd like to do is to, once this goes live, you'll notice once you log into the billing application, just like we have our buttons up here that link to other external resources, you'll see another button as well here, just to kind of be able to take you there if you want to save a space in your bookmarks bar or what have you. So throw up a little PowerPoint here for you real quick. So this is Legal Server. Again, we're going to go ahead and decommission this. We're launching the new support services application on December 8th. So please keep that date in mind. And because we are making such a large transition, we are going to require some time for our support services requests to be offline. So beginning tomorrow and ending on Sunday, we actually won't be able to receive requests that you would normally send through Legal Server. But if you do have any urgent needs as far as like investigative services or any social work services, please reach out to us. We're always happy to make accommodations during this time if needed. But anything that you would just submit over the normal course of business, please feel free to submit that once our billing application goes live on the 8th. And if you have any questions, we can always cover that. Today's session, we'll be covering a few steps. So first, logging in, of course. Oops. Going to your dashboard where you'll see all of your cases. We'll then make a Defender support request so you can see what that process looks like. We'll make a request for an investigator and an expert as well, just so you can see what that looks like. And then we'll talk about any IT help and support needs you might have from there. So we'll go ahead and take a break from the PowerPoint for a moment. So you'll see this is the screen you'll see upon logging in. You'll know that you're on the right page because it is going to say support services here. If you'll notice, once we sign out of our billing application, it will tell you that this is the billing application as well. So that's how you'll know you're in the right spot. We're just going to go ahead and log in here. Again, this will be the same login information that you've been using to access the billing application. And the first thing you'll see here is your home page here with all of these different widgets. So the first thing that we'd like to do is we'll go ahead and we'll go to My Open Cases. This is probably for you guys the most important widget that most important dashboard you'll be accessing here. This My Open Cases screen that you're seeing here is going to be synced with your cases in the billing application. So anytime that a case is uploaded, you get assigned, and that's processed normally in our billing application. You'll see it appear here, and this is where you would go to make requests on that case. So we'll go ahead and we'll pick 08 here. We'll just open this up again using the pencil icon. Most folks should be familiar with that. You'll just see the case information here, just some basic information, and then you've got your two buttons up here. Request a social worker / advocate and request an investigator or expert. So we'll just go ahead and start with the social worker here. So a lot of this is going to be familiar with you, especially if you've been submitting requests previously in Legal Server or anything like that. We have copied a lot of this over directly, as is from Legal Server, of course, making changes as required, and some things will be a little different. A lot of the changes that we've been making to these processes are actually in the background for our team's ease of use and things like that, which should hopefully let us process these requests and get you guys service a little more quickly. So we'll just have to go over this here and confirm that we're submitting a referral for a case that meets the criteria here, which means that the defendant is an adult or a juvenile charged as an adult. The charges include at least one felony. The case has already been bound over to the Third Circuit Court. So if all of those are correct, you meet the criteria, go ahead and select yes. You'll have to agree that you understand your request will require a phone conversation, and that finally the members of the Defender Support Unit will be considered members of your client's defense team. So once you agree to all of these, you should see some more information populate here. Again, a lot of this is being pulled from the billing app. Real quick note before we proceed any further. If you go into my open cases here and you're looking for a case and you don't see it, please reach out to IT. We'll be able to get that added for you quickly. So back into our request here. You can see we've got the attorney information here. Just go ahead and verify all of this is correct. And then if you would like to notify anyone else, maybe you have a paralegal or a clerk or someone, another attorney that's working on the case with you, and you just wanted them to be notified, you would add that here. Just like so. And you can add a comma and a space and then additional emails if needed. And then anytime there's an action or anything like that that you would normally receive an update about via email, these emails will also receive that update. Further down, we have the client information. Again, just make sure that all of this is filled out as much as you can. A lot of this is going to be pre-filled, but this any information additionally that you can provide here that isn't required or pre-filled will be a great help to our team and just kind of helping the social team Defender Support Unit process this request. We'll go ahead and we'll set a date of birth and a mobile phone number and a language. Additionally, if they have a home phone number just for contact purposes, feel free to put that there. We'll keep going down to our case information here. Is the client in custody? If the client is in custody, please name the facility where the client's being held. If not, we can forget about that. We'll also have to select the next hearing type, whether that's pretrial, sentencing, etc. You guys are all used to this as well. And the next hearing date, if there is one. So we'll just pick a random date here. This is very important as well. If there are any co-defendants in this case, please be sure to add them here. If you click yes, you'll see some spaces appear for that sort of information to go. This is very important for the DSU in terms of defining and figuring out if there are any conflicts of interest in the case or anything like that. So please make sure to fill this out if this applies to your case. We'll go ahead and select no here. So for the request details, this request date is just today's date. This will be pre-filled in. You can ignore this. In the case details here, please be as detailed as possible. Again, anything extra that you can include will help the DSU and be able to process your request more quickly, or even provide, help provide services maybe that you didn't think that the client could use or need. We're always looking to help as much as we can here, so please include as much detail. Once you're done describing the case, you can go ahead down here to the requested services. These are the services that we have right now. Feel free to select as many as you'd like here. There's no limit. And then a proposed deadline for these services. Now, this is proposed. This can change. This is subject to investigation by Defender Support and any other activities we might have going on, clients' availability and things like that. So please keep that in mind that this date may be flexible. Then finally, list the goals for the case, how you believe the Defender Support Unit can help. So if you are searching for reduced sentencing or something like that, or some specific objective, that's where you would put this here. Next, we're going to go ahead and select whether or not discovery is available. And then finally, at the very bottom here, there's a document upload section. Please upload any documents that will help us out in our Defender support staff. In considering the request, things may include, examples may include like the OIC or investigator report, client statements, or any other items you think might provide any context. We're always happy to take anything you've got. So I'll go ahead and I'm just going to fill in these couple items here with just test information. And then once your request is ready to submit, go ahead, click create here. Now you'll see it says row created up top. That's how you know your request for DSU services was completed. Once that's done, you can go back to My Open Cases, and you should be able to see now that for this case, we have a pending request open. This is where you'll see your DSU requests before they're assigned to any of our DSU staff. Once your request has been assigned, it'll go into My Assigned DSU Requests, and you can see everything that's been requested. So here, for example, you can see this case. We had requested a case consultation. You can open up this record, see all of your case information. And then since your request has been assigned, any activities that the social worker team or the DSU team takes here will be logged here, so you can see everything that's been going on and kind of track the progress of your request this way. If you'd like to see any specific information about any of these, you can go ahead, click on the little magnifier here, and you'll see additional timekeeping information. Occasionally, our support members will fill out additional notes and things like that about the work they've done. So that's a great way to keep track as well there. If for some reason your request was denied or it has been closed, which means that you've requested your services and someone had been assigned and you worked with our team and everything went sort of as intended, and now the services are complete, that's what you'll see that here under closed requests. And you'll see again the approved services and the date that it was closed, importantly. If for some reason it should be denied, you'll see that down here as well. So that's really about it as far as the DSU stuff goes, and the support team there. We'll go ahead and we'll move on to IE requests. So back on our open cases here, we'll select case 01 this time. And so again, similar process. You would go up here to the corner, click on request an investigator or expert. And then again, you'll be asked to agree to the page here before proceeding. If you need to review our expert and investigator policies, you can do so by clicking the button here. And that'll take us over to our page here, which is hosted on our website. And you can find this and all the other information there. So once you've reviewed that, go ahead and agree to the policy and procedures above. And let us know if you're requesting an investigator or expert. There are some differences here, so make sure this is correct. And then the next thing you'll do is you'll select whether this is your first request or a supplemental request for services. We'll select first request. And the process for supplemental services is largely the same. It's just the form is just a little shorter because we're not collecting as much information on a supplemental request because that's already been submitted on the first one. So the first thing we'll do here is we'll select a request type. So there are two right now. You can either request an investigator, or if you'd like to opt out, you can also do that here. Again, reminder that the MIDC Standard 3 provides all counsel shall conduct independent investigation. Please work with our team if you're not sure to determine whether or not this is the right choice for you. So we'll go ahead and we'll just click request an investigator here. And then you can select your investigator by name here. We do have a pre-approved list. If you don't see your investigator in the list, and you'd like to work with someone who's not here already, please go ahead and reach out to us, and IDSD can take a look at helping with that. We'll just select Al here first on the list. Next, once you've got your investigator, please select the services you're requesting. Again, you can select as many as you need here, or as few as you need here, and then how many hours you're requesting. So we'll just say 5. Let us know why these services are necessary. Again, please provide as much detail as possible here, and that's going to help us a lot in making sure your request just moved along quickly. The next thing to do is to let us know if there's going to be any travel expenses related to your investigator. If yes, go ahead and select here. You'll be asked to submit a reason for travel. Let's say that the investigator lives out of state. Okay, so there are very few experts or investigators that work on this, and they just live out of state, need them to come in. You can put whatever the case might be here, and then please state travel details. Again, as much detail as possible. We could say traveled from Cleveland to Detroit. And then we would select the type of travel expenses. Again, select as many as apply. Say we took a train. And we also had other here for something maybe like Uber or something like that. Any other documents that you'd like to submit can go here. And then this is regarding the actual request itself. So if there's, any investigative documents or other court documents that you think would be relevant, please go ahead and upload them here. Just like in the billing application, our system right now can only accept PDF files. And so if you're having trouble with anything as far as like converting documents over, how to upload a PDF, things like that, go ahead and reach out to us. We can always help with that as well. You've got your additional email receivers here. So just as in the previous example, if you'd like to, alert anyone to updates on this request, you can go ahead and select that here. Again, if you want more than one, just put a comma and a space, and you should be good to go. And finally, we've got our case information here. Again, a lot of this is going to be sort of filled in automatically for you based on what's coming out of the billing software. Again, just let us know if the client is in custody or not. Please try to refrain from changing any of the pre-filled information here. If you should need to change any of this, let us know and we'll get that corrected in the billing application and we can go from there. Circuit case number and case judge are not required, but again, always helpful. And then finally, we'll select the next hearing type and the date, and then go ahead and click submit. It's going to ask you just to make sure that you're ready to submit here. Again, go ahead and click submit. Where are we at here? Other travel expenses. I see. We'll have to take a look at that, Sertaj or Bayan. Maybe we can look at making sure this other box appears when there's multiple selections done. Looks like that's what's going on. So we'll go ahead and you do have this box here to describe any other travel expenses, like if someone did take an Uber or something like that. Go ahead and just please list that here. We'll just go ahead and select train for now, and we will submit our request. Awesome. So again, you'll get a notification up here in the corner that says you've successfully requested for an investigator or expert. And with your investigator and expert request, this is just a little different in that it should appear here for you in your open IE requests table. So that this will show things you've just submitted, even if they haven't received any attention yet. You can see here's our case down here. And this will just hang out here until it's completed. And then at that point, it will again move over to your list of closed or denied investigator and expert requests. So that's really kind of the brunt of it here. Again, I just want to note that this will be going live on December 8th for you guys. And again, until Sunday this week, beginning tomorrow, you won't be able to submit any requests through Legal Server until this comes online. So, please reach out to us. Let's head back really quickly to our request statuses here. Regarding our requests, there are some different statuses you'll see, and we just wanted to share these just so it's a little easier for you to keep track of the state of your requests, right? So a new request means your request has been submitted. If you see a pending request, that means your request requires more information, sort of pending you in a sense. Approved means your request is approved and is open and is being worked on. Denied, of course, is pretty self-explanatory. There will be a denial reason sent with your denial. So please review that in the email. And then closed means that the goals of the request have been met, like we discussed before. So if you've got any technical questions, you can always reach out to our IT team again if you have any issues like finding your case or anything like that, working with the case information. If you've got a lot of cases, we can kind of help figure out how to kind of filter your dashboards and things like that for a little ease of use improvement there. Please feel free to submit our IT team tickets through our Jira help desk. If you need help creating a Jira account, as it says here, please email idsdit@waynecounty.com. We can walk you through that process. If you have any questions about updating your W-9 billing address, electronic payment account information, or you have any other questions about billing policy or anything like that, please reach out to IDSD Finance. And that's it for us. We'll go ahead back here. And at this time, I think we can go ahead and begin taking any questions if there are any. Let me just go ahead and pull this up. Feel free to raise your hand at any point, and we'll try to get to you, or you can always place your question in the chat and we'll try to get to that as soon as we can. Looking good. Just one moment. There we go. Okay. All right, we got a question. Can we do billing entries during transfer? So as far as billing entries, this actually is outside of the billing application, even though the information's connected. Anything that takes place here isn't going to affect your ability to do billing. If anyone from IDSD has any further comment on that, please feel free. Feel free to just unmute as well if you have any questions. Looks like maybe we might be okay. So we'll just give just a few more minutes in case there's any remaining stuff. We will be posting a link to the support services application as well as providing training materials that includes documentation. If you're a visual person and you like to read, We also are going to have training videos that go over these processes as well. And we'll post all of that as well as a link to the new support services app on our website. And I am assuming we'll send out an email notification to everyone as well at that time. So if you have any trouble accessing the support services application, please don't hesitate to reach out. Okay, I think we're all set unless anyone has any pending questions. Happy to give everyone back 30 minutes in their day. Again, please reach out to us with any questions. And if you have any urgencies again during this time that legal server is down and the requests are unavailable, please reach out to us as soon as we can or as soon as you can, and we'll be happy to work with you around that issue. Whatever ends up happening, we'll make sure to see that through for you. So. Thank you everyone for your time. Yes, thank you everyone for your time. Have a great afternoon, and feel free to come to the training on Friday, but it will be the same presentation. So if there's, if you got other stuff to do, please feel free not to join. Thanks everyone.